Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Chingo Gringo beer review. Okay, so we're still inside. The elevator hasn't been fixed yet. The part hasn't arrived from Germany, I guess. So another indoor review today. But don't worry, we have a good beer for you. Now, before I get started, you guys might have noticed I have a lot of these red things on my face, and you might say, well, did his wife kiss him all over his face with lipstick, or did he get in a fight? What happened? No, I just have a skin condition that gets a wild hair sometimes and just flares up and makes my face red. So a couple of days it'll be gone. So just wanted to tell you guys that. Now, let's get into the beer today. I have a very special beer for you today. Another Mexican craft beer, and this beer comes again from Cerveza Minerva in Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico. Now, just to catch those up to speed that haven't seen my other video, the review of the Cerveza Minerva Kolsch Ale that they call Colonial. Now, this brewery was officially launched in December of 2002, but didn't start brewing operations until July of 2003. What else? They won a gold medal at the World Beer Cup in 2010 for a different beer, which I will be reviewing in the future. Stay tuned for their Pale Ale review. They also have a lot of other beers, as I mentioned before. Now, I won't go too much into that. Let's get right into the beer. Let me show you the beer. Now, you can tell, normally you guys don't see the bottle when I start the video, or when I start rolling on the video, I should say. That's because today is a massive bottle. Today's beer is 660 milliliters. I believe that's right about 20 ounces US. So it's a massive beer in a massive bottle. So what am I talking about? Well, I am talking about, it's so big and heavy, I have to be careful when I'm holding it. It's really heavy. This beer is called Diosa Blanca. And that is, set it down for a second, I need to work out so I can lift these big beer bottles. Working out 20 ounces at a time here. Diosa Blanca means in English, not Spanish, but in English that means white goddess. So today's beer, Diosa Blanca, from Cerveza Minerva in Zapopan, Mexico, is a wit beer, a Belgian-style wit beer, or white beer. Basically, a Belgian wheat beer. That's just what they call it in Belgium, wit, instead of Weiss, like in Germany. Okay, you guys might have noticed also that the beer, use two hands to hold it this time, comes with a nice tag, as you guys can see, Diosa Blanca, and it has some really cool information inside. So let me take this tag off and let's take a look at it real quick. Okay, now it says inside here that it says Minerva Diosa Blanca nace de la unión entre 12 aficionados cerveceros. All right, what that means in English is that this beer was born from the idea of 12 beer aficionados, brewing aficionados. So they were brewers and they are beer lovers, and they had this idea to create this beer. And it goes on to say they created this Belgian-style bière blanche, or white beer, wit beer. Now, this beer, it says here, is made utilizing wheat malt to give it a nice body and color that's characteristic of the wit beer style. The aroma is provided by cilantro seed, star anise, and a touch of the skin of the mandarin, or maybe the zest, I should say, of the mandarin. Maybe they use the skins, the whole skins. And it's completed, the flavor is completed with a touch of bread and honey, provided by the Belgian yeast that is imported to make this beer, which sounds nice. They're actually using Belgian yeast from Belgium. It says, this beer, Minerva Diosa Blanca, is a tribute to all the passionate brewers and excellent, and it's an excellent beer for drinking in on hot days. And it says salute, which is cheers in Spanish. Now it also gives, as you guys can see, just here's a look. Let me hold it in the middle. Here's a look of the booklet that comes with it. And that's what I was just reading. Over here, as you can see, is a list of the guys that came up with the beer. So this is great. They give the guys credit for coming up with the idea, and this is a nice way to put extra information on the bottle. So David Briseño, I'll just name a few of them. Elba Copado, Eduardo Barba Aguirre, and the last one is Juan Carlos Martin Roare, I think. Right, but there are 12 of them, and they list them, which is nice. That's great. ABV on this beer is 4.5%. I don't have IBU information or other stuff like hops or malts. I do basically know that this beer is probably made or brewed with base malt plus wheat in addition. Of course, it's a wheat beer. It has to have wheat in it. Okay, so enough about that. Let's pour this beer up. Look like I have to take a crap or something. Sorry. Look like I'm constipated. Wow. This beer is pouring, as you guys know, with a lot of head. So I'm going to turn the beer sideways and attempt, I say, to pour this beer with one hand. Man, this beer is heavy. I can smell, by the way, I can smell the aroma from here. It smells incredible. Ooh, so far so good. No spills. No spillage. Okay, well, I've got it as far as I can go. Beautiful head on this beer. I'll show you guys in just a minute. Beautiful head. Let me see if I can set this beer up here. No, you can't see it really well, so I'll just keep it here and keep pouring it up. Beautiful, beautiful beer. Just take a look at this. Now, you know, wheat beer is always poured with a nice head, but really nice, frothy, creamy head. It looks like whipped cream, actually, is what it looks like on top. Look at the beautiful, a little bit hazy golden color, but that is characteristic for wheat beers, to have that characteristic gold or hazy golden color. Beautiful beer. I'm looking at it through the glass, out the sliding glass door, and it's beautiful. Clear beer, but hazy, which comes from using the wheat. Okay, so now before I get started with the aroma, just wanted to show you guys one more thing. Bottle cap. Cool. I kind of messed it up trying to get the cap off, because for some reason with this bottle it was more difficult for me today. Okay, so let's get into the aroma. Okay. Wow. Like I said, when I pop the top, as soon as I pop the top on this beer, the aroma just hit me all over in the olfactories or in the nose, right? In layman terms. Beautiful aroma to this beer. I'm getting, of course, right up front, citrusy, which you know, is characteristic of the wheat beers. But I'm also getting maybe like a herbal, kind of like an herbal aroma as well. I can definitely detect hints of, like they mentioned, the mandarin, the peel of the mandarin oranges. I can also detect a little bit of the coriander, of course. And also a little bit of star anise, but it's very faint. It's not very strong. Okay, so that's the no other aromas. Let's go in for the taste. The first thing I taste is just like a dry, light, fruity flavor. Very nice. And very refreshing. Like they said on the little neck label thing, that this beer is wonderful for those hot days. That's because this style of beer, the witbier, the Belgian-style witbier, is a very refreshing beer. It has all the characteristics that you are looking for to refresh your self on a very hot day, such as today. I think we're closing in on 90 degrees here already in Cancun. So a beer like this is very refreshing. The characteristics include citrus flavors, and I can definitely taste those. The peel of the mandarin that they use there. I also detect as well a little bit of the star anise in the flavor as well, and also the coriander seed that they use here. Very nice. A very dry beer, very refreshing. And at the end, you get like a little lingering bitterness that just slowly goes away. Not too fast and not too slow. A perfect amount of bitterness in the end. And just flavor throughout. Nice medium body beer. Beautiful, poured with, like I said earlier, beautiful head. Beautiful hazy golden color, and wonderful aroma, citrusy, herbally, a little bit of spice from the star anise. It's not really spice, but you know, different than like a fruit. Well, I guess you could call it spicy a little bit. So all around, I really like this beer, really. I have to finish this whole bottle all by myself. But I can get her done, as they say, because I need to pump some iron, not really iron, pump some glass here with this 650 milliliter bottle. Picking it up is a kind of a chore. But that's been all for this edition of the Chingo Gringo beer review, guys. But before I go, I'm going to give you the rating for this beer. I almost forgot. The rating for this beer today, Diosa Blanca from Cerveza Minerva in Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico, is going to receive, I'm going to give this beer an 8 out of 10. Wonderful, wonderful beer. I really like it. It's got everything I'm looking for to refresh myself and to enjoy the aromas and the flavors that go with it, and as well as the color and the head. I'm a big stickler for head retention and a nice head on a beer. So it's got it all, so I'm going to give it an 8. 8 for Diosa Blanca. Okay, so that's been all for this edition of the Chingo Gringo Beer Review. Remember, until next time, drink responsibly, don't drink and drive. Remember, keep pouring them up, keep drinking them down, guys. Cheers. Oh, that's so good.